Hey, how you doing? Welcome back to another episode of God Concepts. I'm your host, Mr. Pagan. Thank you for joining me. Today is November 1st. It's a special day. It's filled with so many emotions, because today was the day my daughter was born, Yeah, so she turned 11 today, and today is also the day that my grandmother transitioned to the next level of life. I learned a lot from her in my life, in my lifetime. She's a hell of a woman. She's a hell of a teacher. She lived a life, She was 91. She was 91 years old when she transitioned to the next level of life. She just calmly went to sleep, and that was that. That's all that we can ask for is being surrounded by loved ones, things like that. When we're at that point where we're ready to go to the next level, to that, next plane of existence. It's amazing. It's amazing. Just, the things that we go through. Like, I would have never, I kind of thought, I was like, wow, you know what I mean? Cause I was like, please don't tell me I'm gonna, this is gonna happen on my daughter's birthday. But at the same time, it's like, when I step back from the situation and I look at it in hindsight, me and my grandmother's dates, a lot of our dates has always been in correlation. A lot of our dates and things like that has always been in correlation. I only witnessed this with a few people in my life. And my grandmother is, one of the ones that my life, more so correlated as far as like, I can't really explain it. I can, but, it's like when I was little, she won a lottery, right? I told her to play these numbers, 804. She won a lottery. Then, her youngest son, Tony, there's more examples, but, I ain't gonna get all into the spiritual thing. Well, I might, cause this is God concept. Her youngest son, Tony, Antonio, he was born September 1st. My son also was born September 1st. My daughter was born November 1st, and my grandmother passes November 1st. Not passes, but transitions to the next plane of existence, to the next plane of life. The body, the body expires, but what's in the body, the spirit, the spirit and the memories that it holds, those don't expire. Because the body is merely a vessel, a vase, if you will, to store a soul, your essence of who you are, and those memories and that mind and that brain that you retain while you're here living life. Those memories and feelings and everything goes somewhere as well. You just got to remember not to be judgmental of what you observe here, and it's hard not to do, especially when you're directly impacted from certain people's decisions and the things they do, and what they say, and, how they make you feel, and all of this craziness, that you got to witness, and not only witness, but be subject to, You got to be subject to this, craziness a lot of times. And you just be like, why? Like, why is this? Why is that? And it's just a lot of things don't make sense here in the physical, but they will somewhere else on the next plane of existence, in that spiritual realm, or in that, I can't even say in another realm, because, me being logical and reasonable, and, also, dealing with feelings and emotions, because that is duality of, who we are. All I can say is that essence move, and we're still connected through this device in our mind, in our brain. Our brain, it's a very intricate thing. Our soul, our essence of, that animates all of what we are is another, realm. That's another, plane of existence. Some people have cognitive dissonance. Sometimes they get tongue tied, and that's because they're more so connected to this other plane of existence, this other realm. Once you're aware of this, that you're in, you are multitudes, basically. You got to be in the center of all this that's going on, and it's kind of hard to do. Once you got a hang of it, or maybe you get help, or perfect or gain a certain level of proficiency, maybe. But at times it's rather tenuous, if I do say so myself. But yeah, man. Back to Doris Brigman. She was born Doris Brigman. Yeah. Wonderful woman, told me so many stories, cared for everybody and everyone. She was stubborn, she had her ways, and she definitely was hilarious and the nicest woman you would ever want to meet. She was feisty too. But, after all that she been through, to go from the places where she's been to make it up here and, live a life and, do all the things that she done and bless and touch as many people as she touched with her life. You know what I mean? And, that's going to continue on. I'm, try to put something together, We all trying to put something together because, to be honest with you, it's a rough time for everyone. I had to take my kids out. I Ubered to them, and we went out. We went to the movies. We ate and everything. And, before that, let me rewind. I went to the hospital. I made sure that, my grandmother and my daughter and my son FaceTimed and everything. So what they could do is, talk and everything. She told, it was Halloween day. Went there, she told, Autumn happy birthday, they love each other and all this. Talk to Mark, love yous and stuff like this, Then, I didn't even go to sleep. After that, I stayed there a long while, went home, rode home. I was up, couldn't really rest, so I was up just working out, doing my Oculus Quest thing, doing this, doing that. Next thing you know, the phone rang, my cousin Katisha. She called, she told me, she said, that grandma passed or whatever. And I was like, what the hell? You know what I mean? Not like what the hell, but like, oh, I was, I don't want to, like, okay. Like, I kind of knew before it happened. And that's fucked up because I suspected this would happen. And it's because we're so in sync. You know what I mean? And I don't know why. I don't know how. But, you know, it's just that intuition that we all have when you connected to somebody. And, you know, I fed her, you know, the last thing I fed her was tomato basil soup. That wasn't the last thing I you know, but me personally, you know, and I gave her some candy. I gave her some THC edible gummy bear worms. They were gummy worms. She had one or two or whatever, you know, just to brighten up her spirits and everything because, you know, that was before she actually went into the, you know, hospital and everything. And, I did that because she needed a boost, like, you know, it helped her. It helped her, you know, get around better and things like that. That's why they say, you know, THC, marijuana, and things like that, weed is great medical for everybody. People got to get more into the herbs and stuff like that, man. Because even for us as people, you know, we sometimes get so wound up with our lives, with our jobs and our careers and things like that we forget to really live, you know. And part of living is connecting with nature and being one with nature. And to be honest with you, marijuana is nature, you know, and it's something that you need, especially, you know, when you get older and you start to develop, you know, brain illnesses, you know, when you start to develop, you know, not illnesses, but you start to, you know, lose motor functions a little bit. But the thing about it is, if you have that, you know, a certain level of THC in your system, it allows everything to spark better. You know what I mean? It's like a tune up for your car. You know, every car needs a tune up. Your body is your vehicle, your vessel. So your body needs a tune up sometimes. Sometimes you have to take a day and really meditate. You know, people, I don't know what people version of meditation is. You know, I don't know what you do to meditate, but it's different levels of it, and it's different ways that you can meditate, and there's different tools that you can use to meditate. And you have to, you know, explore these different options of achieving a level of higher consciousness. You know, because there's not just this superficial level that we all live on right here. This thing that we live every day. You know what I mean? This is superficial. There's levels, you know, to the life we live. We live multitudes. So, yeah. That being said, I know that Doris Brigman, you know, Dorthy Broadus, you know, Dottie Waddy, you know, she was a beautiful person, you know, love her to death, grandma, you know. Man. And my daughter, she, you know, to me, she resembles her. You know, oh, it's amazing. It's amazing when, you know, cause she prepared me for things like this all my life. You know, all my life we talked about the hair and the hereafter and things of that nature. And she talked about, you know, spiritual connections and things like that. There's not many people that I had spiritual encounters with, you know, or around, I rather say. You know, my cousin is one of the people. I have a cousin I had a spiritual, you know, encounter with. before, my grandmother told me about spiritual encounters that she had in her lifetime where she had physical spiritual encounters. And I've also had physical spiritual encounters. I've also seen things and, hear things and feel things, and our thoughts is where we speak back to these things. See, we have to get back to the original way of doing things, to be honest with you. And in order to get that done, we have to understand and really, connect with our elders and our ancestors and with ourselves. Okay? We must connect with our elders, our ancestors, and ourselves. And understand that we are one. We need that knowledge, that exchange, right? And we all have to connect with nature. Yeah, it's just, I had a thought on my mind, but it's like, we have to honor our ancestors like I'm going to do with my grandmother. Everybody has something else they're going to do. But I want to sprinkle some ashes and make like a, something, put something in the ocean of her, a piece of her hair, things of that nature. So, yeah. Yeah. That's what I gotta call my uncle and ask him some questions. I need something from him. Maybe he have something that we can add to our ceremony. I'm gonna have a ceremony for my grandmother. I want to put her in the ocean. I want to put, some of her in the ocean. I want to spread her, give her body back, because it deserves, that energy deserves to be, thrived on. That energy needs to be out there. It might purify some of this heinousness going on in the world right now. It might purify some of that, Yeah, man. I really don't, have too much to say about that situation in a nutshell, because it's like a whirlwind. Like, what do you think? What do you do? Oh, back to the story though. Yeah, so took my kids out and everything. After I went to the hospital and everything, and they, did everything. I, went, got my kids, oohed them out, took them out, and yeah, explained to them everything, and yeah, hopefully they understand and don't be all too broke up about it. And I'd explain to my daughter how, man, how deep life is, because it's a transition. We can even, everything is just a mere transition. Just like we transition from this life to the next plane of existence, we can transcend whatever circumstance we're in as well. You know what I mean? Just by being passionate about whatever it is you're doing, and really striving to do what it is that you love to do, what it is you like to do, man. You know, bringing trailblazers back. How about that? You know, I mean, we got a lot of them already, but, you know, we need more. We need more. I want to see, you know, more people getting back to what's natural, you know. So, yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. All right. In honor of that, yeah, I'm gonna call this episode on that note. Have a blessed one. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining. Yeah, check out the books, Nature's Features. You know, it's on Amazon, Kindle. I have hardcovers out. They're available for order. If anybody wanna order any copies of the books, you just get in contact with me, and I'll ship the books out, you know, immediately, or the book out that you order. Music is all on all streaming platforms. I really haven't been in too much of a creative space too much. But I'm definitely going to start put more things out there in the universe. More art, you know, basically. You know, that's what I feel as if my calling is. You know, that's what I'm doing. So we just put more art out there. You know, I've been writing and things like that, but I haven't really been producing anything because I've, you know, in the light of all the situations that has been going on and, you know, persist, you know, I've been just slowly grinding. But I'm about to pick it up. We all about to pick it up, to be honest with you. Because, yeah, it's a lot of work to be done. It's a lot of work to be done, man. So much. So fucking much. You know, I don't know what to say about this whole thing. You know, all I know is I just want to honor a great woman who lived an enormous life. You know, gave me so many good memories, so many great memories. I can't even think of a bad memory I ever had, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? And that's rare, man. You know, you don't get that type of connection with everybody. You don't. You just don't. So, yeah. All right. Thank you all for listening again. Check out on the next one. Peace.